Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 22 of Liverpool Perspective. I'm with Dylan this week, and I would say we had a very good week. Did you say that?
Yeah, for our first week, it was pretty eventful for both Liverpool and beyond. I'd say, I mean, it's the result you want. We played Norwich away, 3-0. They were just brought up from relegation, so it's perfect. That's all we wanted, and I'm hoping that we will repeat that result exactly again when we play Burnley, because that's what should
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. And to add to that, we had Man City losing to Tottenham, which made our weekend even better. But let's first talk about the Liverpool Norwich game. We won comfortably 3-0. We had a few surprising, I guess, well, debatable. We were not sure if Van Dijk was going to start. You said he would. It was
He
either
did.
him and he did. I didn't think he would. And we also had our midfielders Milner. We didn't even talk about
We
Milner.
completely forgot
We
about Milner.
and he was solid like he
I
usually
feel
is.
bad for writing him off because he played a solid game. Yeah.
Yeah. And we had the midfield of Ox and Kieta, which is interesting because usually those two do not start together. I would say Kieta was solid. I think he wasn't really seen as often, but he with what he had to do, he did a good job in controlling the game.
Kato was solid, yeah, and Ox
Yeah,
I think was better though.
like no, I mean, I thought in my opinion Knox wasn't the best. I thought
Well,
Keto was
Ox just had
better.
more chances probably. That's why.
Mm, yeah, but in the stats, I found a stat that showed Keto was apparently ranked first for defensive duels and completed 95% of his passes, and
So
he
it's
was
stuff you
top.
don't really see.
Yeah, and he was in the top five for passes into the final third as well. So he wasn't really seen that often in the game, but he was solid and he had a really good preseason as well. So it's 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 gonna be exciting. I thought Ox was still rusty in my opinion. Like some of his passes weren't
He didn't look
going
at
well.
yeah. I don't know. Probably it feels like I just saw him more because he was on more of the forward plays, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. And then maybe one missed pass, and then you see that more than what he does
Mm.
off the ball. But yeah, I mean the midfield definitely missed Henderson and like a Henderson Thiago player because it's at some points Norwich were playing really well. I thought we weren't really at our best.
Yeah, even towards the end, it was a little.
Yeah,
It looked a
we
little too
weren't at our
comfortable.
best, but it's the first game of the season. We're playing us. We're playing a team who just got promoted at their home ground first, and that's the first time they had fans for for over a year, like 2 years or somewhere like
Hmm.
that. So we need to put that into perspective. Like we saw the promoted teams, Watford and Brentford, win their games at home.
Hmm.
So we always had to play. We had to play against the crowd in order to we're pumped up for this
Yeah,
game, being
Norwich. The
promoted.
crowd was good.
Yeah, and that's what made the game harder. So despite maybe it's not the best performance, it's sometimes that's how you have to win. And we won pretty comfortably at the end, even though I think the game itself wasn't too comfortable, but because Norwich caused a lot of problems. They played some good football as well.
I Yes, they played. I feel like they did play like better than we expected, but it was still our game to lose. And at part, we looked unstoppable at some points. Like we literally, like
Yeah,
we still were
no,
control the game.
no, we definitely showed our class, and
Mm.
that's what we needed to do, because this game could have been a very tricky game. It could have been a game where we were stunned, it's
Hmm.
like one of those type of games, to be honest.
This could have been a 1-0 loss
Yeah, so we got the
if we
job done.
uh
We
didn't.
got the job done, and we had Salah was immense during the game.
Hmm.
He got a goal and two assists, which is
Jota
really
looked excellent.
Jota was good. He got the first goal, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, he was good. So I mean, and then Firmino came off the bench and scored.
And easy. Yeah, that was an easy.
Yeah, yeah, it was a nice
It
play
was a nice
over.
play. But it's like
But
that just shows you the class difference between Liverpool and like Norwich. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
and then the Allison save at the end.
That
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 I
didn't need to happen. Like That's what
I didn't
I like. It
understand.
was a beautiful save, but that didn't need to happen. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, and then we saw like Harvey Elliott come on at the end of the game. He
Harvey and
actually
that,
he had a few good touches at the end of the game. I thought he
yeah,
should have been
Harvey.
given more. Yeah,
I remember when he came on.
he should have been given a little bit more time since we were up 3-0, to be honest.
You think? I feel like after the third goal, that's when you should start making those substitutes
Yeah,
like that if you want to put your young players in. I agree.
yeah,
Going
but it
back
was
to what was it? The Allison. I remember the Allison save. I remember the announcer saying it sounded like FIFA, where he's like, "Surely it must be in here," and it wasn't in. You know what I mean? I'm like, how?
yeah. I don't know how that didn't go, and
Mhm.
he made like 3 saves.
It was like three saves in one, and you couldn't even tell what was going on because there's so many players crowded around the box.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but overall, I think it was just a great performance. What was your thoughts on the defensive situation with Van Dijk and all that? I think Van Dijk played for being injured. He still wasn't. You could tell he wasn't in full Van Dijk form yet, but he was definitely a big part of the reason why they were there, and he showed his
Yeah,
leadership again.
yeah, he was solid. I mean, he was definitely solid. Obviously he was not going to be at his best, and he was going to play the full 90 minutes. Like Klopp said himself that he's not going to change the center back pairing in the middle of the game. So we knew that if Van Dijk would start, he would play for the full 90 minutes. Clearly,
Mhm.
Gomez was not prepared. Gomez is further behind Van Dijk in his progression because Matip started, which we expected for him to start, but like clearly it was between Gomez and Van Dijk. It was Van Dijk, so clearly Gomez probably is behind still. He's still not ready to play, and I think that's maybe because of his previous injuries, because he did get injured. He did get injured 2 separate times before like long-term injuries, so he's really had a lot of bad luck. So we're trying to get him prepared. But yeah, I mean the defensive situation does look good. I'm I think Van Dijk starting this game was good, and not like because Van Dijk could have started like his first game against Norwich or a home game against Burnley.
Mhm.
And like the Burnley game is gonna be very physical for your first game. You don't really want to have to come back from injury and play such a physical team. Like you have Chris Wood
Yeah,
and Ashley Barnes. Like that's
that's a
it's like a
recipe for
battle.
disaster. Yeah.
It's like a battle. So like it's better for him to play in this type of game, I think. So I think that's why Klopp gave him the start for this game.
And I mean, it was also probably just good for him and to feel back out with the team, got his mentality up, got our fans' mentality up, and it's a really good
Yeah.
stepping stone for him. And just the defense in general looked good. Even Simicast looks pretty good, which
Oh
is
yeah. Oh yeah, Simicast. That's what I wanted to talk about as well. He had a good like first 80 minutes, but like he was really good and making good crosses, making good passes. Defensively, he was solid. He was always in that back post. Like every time Norwich had a cross, he was always there in that back post with eh, which like saves a few like goal scoring opportunities for Norwich. But I guess Klopp said at the end at that and the last 10 minutes, like it seemed like he turned off the plug was turned off on him because he looked so tired and like he kept like he was so sloppy with the ball. I think it was because of how tired he was with his legs.
mhm.
So like he was very sloppy, but besides the final 10 minutes, he was really good. But we have to remember like this is his first start, and like it was his first start in 2 years for Liverpool. Liverpool playing such high intensity, and like
Mhm.
he has a lot of expectations to fulfill, given how Robertson has been performing at left back. Like that's such uh there's there's such high expectations that Robertson made for like fullbacks that will follow him, and like his backups as well. Like we need someone to play exactly like how he does, and I think Simicast does do that really well. So
I think no, he did for that. You were right about the last 10 minutes. I think the whole team looked kind of off the last minutes. They looked a little too comfortable, and
yeah,
that's true that because he probably was tired because he's also so young and he's never played at this high of an intensity. But in the regards to filling Robertson's role, he did it pretty well because he was playing that attacking fullback, which you never really see. And for a young player out of just like we had to get it as an emergency basically last year. It's good to see him really adapt to that Liverpool mentality, and hopefully it could be another really crucial sub that we could have for later in the year if anybody goes down or if we need a defensive substitute later in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some clips of him in Olympiacos, of him being like attacking fullback, but clearly the Greek league is different to the Premier League, and like, Olympiacos is different to Liverpool, so we can't really judge that too much. But like he definitely showed his attacking abilities in this game, which was very nice to see. And Trent was also phenomenal in right back. Like basically, he got the assist for the Jota goal.
Yeah, which is
Like
finally it's good to like Trent after last season, which was you could tell it was just an off season, but at least it's good to see him.
yeah,
Like
and
it seemed like everybody was just, and it's another game that we didn't see last year where everybody seemed coherent again. You know what I mean? And I think that involves Van Dijk coming back and all that.
oh,
But
for sure. Yeah, I mean the team is
Fabinho
very.
looked good.
Oh yeah, when Fabinho came on, I
He
felt like
looked
the
great.
game changed. Like
Mhm.
we needed that defensive midfielder. So like now we're gonna have Henderson back, Thiago back. I think for the Burnley game, and so we could easily have like a Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, depending how like ready they are.
Yeah, I was
We
talking about
obviously
how last podcast Fabinho looked like he was rounding himself out at the end of last season, and it looks like he carried himself over to this game. He was
yeah
really
he was
a
yeah
crucial piece in keeping Norwich at bay because they did look a little sloppy at points. Liverpool.
yeah. But I think once Fabinho came on,
Mhm.
until like from like he came on the 60th to the 80th minute, I think Norwich had zero chances.
Yeah,
Like they
no,
didn't.
Liverpool had mostly had probably during that time
That was their
5%
most
possession.
dominant spell. That
Yeah.
was their most dominant spell. So
Mhm.
it just shows the impact Fabinho has on the team. But yeah, I mean, who do you think your man of the match was for this game?
That's a good question. I guess it's easy to say Salah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
One goal and 2 assists. Like,
that's like game changing. So that is like
yeah,
you had it all 3 goals to the game. You were involved in all 3 goals.
yeah. I mean, it has to be Salah, right? But like, what other contenders would you say? Probably not in the level to Salah because he
Um,
got the job done. But
I guess so. There's not. I mean,
I would
like
say
Jota looks
Simicast.
good.
I would
Simicast
say
looks good.
Simicast for the first 80 minutes. I would say
Mhm.
he was really good in like Trent.
Trent
Those
Van
are like
Dijk,
the players.
even
Yeah,
Allison.
yeah, Allison too. Yeah. I mean, Salah's clearly man of the match in this
Mhm.
game, so it's good to see. Even Mane was doing well. Mane was playing well
Mhm.
too, so that's good to see. Hopefully, Mane gets more goals this year, though.
Yeah, I
I know,
hope.
I know like Salah was trying to square the ball, even though he could have scored to get Mane a goal.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, that he should have shot the ball instead of squaring it, but a few times. But I guess it shows that
The
remember. I
team wants
remember
more goals.
there. Yeah, but remember, like they were saying, like Salah Mane, there's not a good relationship between them, like that BS.
Yeah, that's
And
BS. Exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, so that kind of shows that it's BS. But yeah, uh, but we also had. I mean, unfortunately, we had like Chelsea winning easily in the Crystal Palace, and they were. I think Crystal Palace didn't even have a shot on target. Like they, I think Crystal
That's
Palace are.
crazy.
I think Crystal Palace are in big trouble this year without Roy Hudson. With an
I mean,
inexperienced coach like Patrick
they also
Vieira, I
got a lot
think
of their
they're
talent was
done.
taken,
But
so it makes like that's. I mean, Chelsea's just bad. I don't even want to talk about United.
yeah, and United, I mean, they won 5-1 against Leeds, but we have to remember United did beat Leeds 6-2 last year. And
Mm,
I think we did expect United to win
win big.
big because like Leeds played the way United want them to play. United want them to play. So they play like this attacking football style, and
Leeds
United
only,
just go in the counter attack. Literally, like Pogba had 4 assists. I didn't watch the game, but I saw like some of the. I think one of the goals with Greenwood. I think literally Pogba just sends the ball through, and like Greenwood just runs. And
yeah.
like Leeds
Oh
have
yeah.
such a high line. It's like that's like the last thing you should be doing against Man United, especially when you're a team like Leeds with a lot less quality.
Well, that's what Leeds did last year, and I think they're probably gonna do again.
Yeah,
Well, they're
and
probably gonna win. They're playing Everton next, who knows? They could win 4-1. Like
No, like they'll probably win enough games for them to be mid-table, and
mm.
that's for them. That's
But
a good
they would
position.
win the erratic. They're always erratic where they lose a game like by 3 and then win a game by 2 or 3.
Yeah, so that's probably gonna be the same leads, but I'm not surprised
Mm.
United won this game by the score. I don't think it shows anything about their title
No, anything
about
else.
their title credibilities, in my opinion. Like this game was a game that I expected United to win. And United are playing Southampton next week. This weekend. I think that's also going to be a big
Yeah.
score line. Southampton have been shocking. Like they gave up Danny Ings, and now they only have James Ward Prowse. So I think this may be a grueling. But yeah, but the big game that we want to talk about that we were really happy about was Tottenham versus Man City. Tottenham won 1-0.
Which was
Guardiola lost in Pep's 3 appearances at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He's lost all 3 games.
oh, I'm actually just I want to bring this back to Liverpool just because I remember I heard this.
Okay.
Congratulations to Salah because he is the first player ever to score in 5
Oh yeah,
consecutive.
5 6. Yeah, that's true as well.
Yep.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I just remembered that when you started when you said first match week. So,
No, true. Fair enough. Yeah.
but
But
back to
yeah,
this game. I watched a good part of this game. It was back and forth definitely, but I didn't see Tottenham play like this at all. I texted you this. Tottenham did not look this good at all last season.
hmm.
They looked every player on Tottenham had a part in winning this game, and I think part of it was also they wanted to shove it in Harry Kane's face a bit, but
Yeah.
it was definitely like Son played amazing. The Tottenham's defense looked good, which you never say. Like,
I mean, I saw the starting lineup and I saw Dyer and Sanchez. I was like, what? Okay, here we go again.
but
But
Santo did
but
something.
but
Santo said something.
but they definitely held on well. So I mean, yeah, it was a big performance from the Spurs. I mean, the question for them is whether they could defend like that consistently, which is I think probably not. But listen, they were able to beat Man City, which is probably their like biggest win of the season.
They
This
locked
the
down Grealish.
Yeah, Grealish did nothing, and like Morris did nothing. So like
Sterling didn't
it,
do much.
yeah, Sterling didn't do much. So it was a great. The Sun goal was amazing. That
Yeah,
strike.
no, my God. I remember I was watching. I'm like, this is probably gonna be a draw, and then Son literally made that left turn at the outside of the box, turned around and off his left, just
Yeah,
knocked it on the ground. And I thought it was a deflection at first, but it literally grazed his leg. Like he got in the
yeah.
perfect spot.
But we do have to remember that the Spurs did beat Man City in their past
Do you
meetings
think
at
it's a
home.
curse?
I know.
But
I don't
said
know if
that
it's.
also like
I
there's
know.
also been a lot of like results where it's just like Man City playing bad and Tottenham playing just getting lucky. But both sides look decent in this, but Tottenham looked really good. And I think
Mm,
it also has to do with just Santo. And I don't think Tottenham could really compete for a title because Tottenham doesn't have all the full pieces yet. But the thing about the club as you saw with Poch is that m- Tottenham's not really a final destination for a lot of players yet, and even that's what they want to make it with the new stadium and stuff. But unfortunately, like Santo, if he has a few good seasons at Tottenham, he's probably going to go to a big, you know what I mean?
yeah, bigger team for sure.
Mm. So, and like I'm thinking, this is Tottenham has a really good shot at like Europe, or they could make a wild card run against us. Who knows for the title? But under Santo, but it's like, and not even this season, but the next few seasons. But like everything at Tottenham's gonna be temporary because they're not yet a final destination. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not for sure. I mean, Pochettino could be the final destination, but they sacked him.
Hmm.
But
And I think if Santo plays or manages Tottenham well for a season or a few seasons, he could really a big club from Spain or Italy or wherever could just
yeah, true.
crack him
That
right in.
that's yeah, that's true. But listen, they got their win. I'm not sure how well they'll do. I think, but they did get a few good signings, but I still think they will need Harry. Like they will
Mhm.
still need Kane. Like they play. I mean, you need to be relying on Son to like they their goal came from Son, and like you need to rely on the sun basically to score all your goals, which is not going to happen. Like you need to have other players who could
Mm.
score goals. So
They
so
need a real replacement for Harry Kane, which is very hard to come by.
yeah. So I think Spurs will still be struggling this year, but listen, they got the job done. Man City, I mean to be fair to them, they had a lot of players who came late because of the Euros and stuff like that. The Euros, Copa America, but still, like the way I'm still, they lost their first two games of the season, Leicester,
Mhm.
and they lost to Tottenham. So there's gonna be a lot of questions being asked. They lost their first game of the season,
Mhm.
so and now they're falling. They fell behind from the three teams who are going to be fighting in the title race for that, like for a while. So there could be a lot of questions that will be asked for sure. But like, how big of a blow do you think this will be for City? Or do you, like, do you think?
Um, I don't think they're gonna be super effective, but I think Man City's not gonna be like perfect like everybody thinks they are. They're still gonna have those like weird hiccups, you know what I mean? And that's where we gotta take advantage.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Last
do you
season, you
think?
saw those weird draws they'd have, or those
Yeah,
surprise defeats. Like that's where we gotta capitalize.
like I don't think Man City will hit 100 points this year. Like I don't like. I think their team isn't. I mean, there is like similar to the team they had a few years ago when they got over 100 points. I think
It's
they have
crazy.
more. They have a little bit more depth. I think like a little bit more. But I think what's different this year is that there's like four teams who are really good this year, and you have Leicester who could give Man City a game. You have Spurs who could give Man City a game. So you have a lot of teams that could give Man City a game, which didn't really happen when they ran away with the title with 100 points.
Funny, I
So
remember like if 10 years ago, if you said talked about 100 points just like normally, casually, like that's like crazy because teams would like what was the average for winning the title a few years ago was only what in the 80s, high
yeah,
70s, and
yeah,
now you have to get like above 90 points to at least have a shot at the title. 95 sometimes because the teams are so good.
yeah,
But recently, there's
yeah.
also been two teams that usually there's competition, and like halfway through the season, two teams really start running away, or one team in Man City.
Yeah, I think though. I think in December, I think there'll still be four teams, but then eventually, like there's gonna be like in January, February, there's gonna be two teams running away with it, and it will be interesting to see which two teams it will be. To be honest, like
Hopefully, it's us.
hopefully it'll be us. Hopefully we'll be still in the race by come March, April, May. Hopefully May will be first, but yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting season, to be honest, and it's it's pretty exciting. But I mean, I know it's like they're not competing with us in any way. Like this gonna be where Spurs are like fighting for that like Conference League spot, maybe Europa League spot. Arsenal. I mean,
I don't know. I put
it's
Spurs
our.
expectations much higher than Arsenal. I
I
mean, the thing
mean,
is, like Spurs at least have competent management and some good and like a handful of like good to at least like
yeah,
really good players. Arsenal has like it's just like a mess right now.
yeah. I just want to make fun of Arsenal a little bit because I mean, first
Yeah,
game of
that
the
was just.
season, first game of the season, and they lose 1-0 to Brentford, and I mean 2-0. Sorry, it was not even 1-0. It was two
Well,
nil
Brentford looked better
And
the entire match.
yeah, and like the two goals that Brentford scored, like Leno is just atrocious in both goals. Like Ben White was atrocious, and like the second goal, what was he doing? Like it was just a typical like Arsenal performance right there in the past 10 years,
Brentford's first game in
especially
the Premier
now.
League since 1947.
Yeah, I
I
mean it
went
was
away
nice to see
to.
Brentford. It was nice to see Brentford win their game. But even as I said before, like heading into this game, heading into the game against Norwich, Watford won their home game and Brentford won their home game, so that kind of gave pressure. Like that may have gave Norwich a lot of confidence that they could be that team as well. But
I think it's just an entirely different setup. Watford And Aston Villa is still like should be the better side. But again, they didn't have Grealish.
Yeah,
Uh
true.
if they had a much better team, or not like or not even a much better team, but a team like that's more comparable to like the top side of the table, that game would have been an
Okay,
easy
yeah,
win.
fair. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but but still, it's still something to take notice of. But like Arsenal were just poor. It was just so funny to. It was just so funny to watch. To be honest.
Oh, Arsenal were exceptionally bad,
Yeah, and now they want to get Aaron Ramsdale.
and just
Like,
not going to really help much.
nope. I think they're spending over 100 million this year. They're spending more than any other side so far in the transfer window.
Really, Arsenal?
Yep, yep. And that just shows how terrible their investments have been.
Yeah, it's all going to fall flat.
Yeah, like that. I don't think, like, I'm looking at their team. I don't see that they improved that much for them to fight for the top four. Forget even forget even top four, the Europa League. Do you think they'll compete for that? Like, do you think, like, where do you think they'll finish?
Top maybe best Europa League, maybe
That's their
10th. 10th is
that.
they can finish 10th.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go.
Everton should finish above them.
I think Everton could finish above them, but yeah, Everton did win their game as well. But yeah, that's basically what happened this week. Nothing really sensational happened except the Tottenham Man City game, to be honest. But still, Man City are definitely the front runners.
Yep.
So everything for Man City to lose is big. Man City losing is a big thing for all the teams around, like Man United, Chelsea, and us, because Man City are definitely the favorites.
It just gives us a head start. Like,
It gives us all a head start
yeah,
because I actually had the feeling Man City would lose, to be honest, because all the
of the
three
luck.
because no, because three of the title contenders have won, so like, and there had to be one that loses.
Yeah.
Like, like
Also, yeah. Well, no,
I
I was
didn't think
mentioning
all of them.
The Tottenham stadium luck the last 3 times they played there.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. And Man City, these players are just coming back, like De Bruyne, for
Crowds. I haven't
example.
seen big crowds in so long.
Yeah, so yeah, away games this week were really hard for like for the like the away teams had really a difficult time in their away games because of the home crowd being pumped to be back with full capacity, like stuff like that. I think it definitely gave the home sides a lot of motivation. So again, for Liverpool to win that game so like 3-0, even though it wasn't their best performance as everyone said, like Klopp and Dyke, it was still a good win just because of that.
Hmm. I
But
can't wait. That just like amps me up. All this for the crowd at Anfield next week.
oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's actually get into the preview of that game because I think we already discussed everything that happened last week, right?
Yeah. Leicester beat Leeds. Or
Okay,
Leicester beat Wolves.
Wolves,
That
yeah,
was
but I
it.
don't.
Vardy had a goal.
Yeah, but they'll be here and around there. They won't be in the title race,
Yeah.
so it's whatever.
West Ham
Maybe,
beat Newcastle. Not much.
that's also what. Yeah, West Ham may do well this year. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about them though. I do not want to talk about West Ham or Leicester this year unless they're fighting for the title.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because we were talking about Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester. We want to talk about Man City. We wanted to be talking about Man United. That's who we want to be talking about.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
So hopefully that's what's going to happen this year. But yeah, let's get to our first home game of the season. We're going to play Burnley. That's going to be a very difficult game because Burnley always a physical side. They're always competitive. They beat us in our last home game, in our last meeting at home against them. 1-0. Remember that game?
Oh, yeah. I don't. That was early on in the podcast, wasn't it?
Yep. So
That's when that was after we had high hopes and it just all started.
it went from here and then it went boop.
Yep.
That's
Well, it's the injuries really just crippled us.
yeah. The
I've
injuries
seen
did.
so many of my favorite sports teams get destroyed by injuries.
Hmm.
I feel like if there's one thing that always prevents like my favorite sports teams from getting titles, it's not just like bad play. It's usually injuries. It feels like
Hmm.
we always like even Liverpool has always been seems like very unlucky with injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially last year, it's just
Mm.
our whole back line was injured. Yeah,
All right, so
yeah,
going back to
yeah. What do you think will happen? So, what do you think of the Berlin game? What do you think
well,
we'll expect to see?
I was just Brighton did beat Burnley last week, and Burnley was at home,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that does say some things. And I don't know if I think this should be also if we play like we did against Norwich, if we should play better than we did because we're at home, it should be a 2-0, 3-0 win. But
Yeah, I it should be a win for us, but it's gonna be
we
a
gotta
very
be careful. But the crowd is back at Anfield. We're gonna be amped up. We should have a better team than even last week. Van Dijk is gonna be healthier. All our players are gonna be slightly healthier than last week, so it should be. We should still
yeah,
see better
for
side.
sure. I definitely agree with you. It just I don't think in this game is it's gonna be a very physical game, as we know, as I mentioned earlier with Barnes and Wood. So that's gonna cause us a few problems, but hopefully it'll be interesting. Hopefully we'll be up to task with it. But it'll be interesting to see whether like Henderson starts, Thiago starts,
I'd
Van
want to
Dyke
see one of them
starts.
to start.
Like who's gonna start in this game? That's like preseason, like everyone's coming back. Like what's gonna happen? Obviously, I think Liverpool had a closed door friendly against Aston Villa. Was Aston Villa or was it someone else? I think it was Aston Villa. But like I think like Henderson is playing, Thiago is playing, like all like the players who didn't play
Mhm.
really, and like so it'll be very interesting to see like who will start in this game. Like so let's I guess with that let's get to the starting 11.
Mhm.
That's
It's
gonna
just
be
I feel
in
like there's not against a team like Burnley. There isn't much strategy. You got to go at it. It's their physical team. So there's like
yeah.
I guess starting 11 it'd be would you start Simicast again? Allison in goal and then
Well, yeah, he's gonna start right.
Simicast, yeah.
Yeah, Simicast, Trent, but like the back four
Simicast,
is the
Trent, Van
question.
Dyke.
So you think the same back four, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting whether Van Dijk will play. Clearly, because I'm not like how Liverpool managed his fitness throughout the season.
You
But
think
I
they
think
could put on
I think he had the week. I mean, he had a week rest. I mean, I think Klopp said post match that Van Dijk will definitely need like ice after the game because he played the full 90 minutes. But I think he will start a week. It's been a week in between the two games, so I think he will definitely start. If not, it's definitely going to be Kanante, right? It's either Van
Mhm.
Dijk or Kanante. But 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 Joe Gomez will not start. I think Gomez will. I don't think Gomez is prepared for this game clearly. So I mean, what do you, I mean?
Yes, I mean I think Van Dyke will probably start again. And I think Van Dyke will probably even feel better than last week. Who
Hmm,
knows? Maybe the extra playing helped him. It always is good to get blood flow. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
He
But
definitely didn't seem like he was in any danger any
yeah,
last match.
yeah, yeah,
And even
but
against Burnley, the thing is, even though they are more physical, we should have the ball more. So Van Dijk will should have not have to do as much work.
yeah, that's definitely true, and we'll have to be able to break them down too, which we should be able to do.
Yep.
But yeah, but the midfield. Okay, the midfield is another interesting question. Who's going to start there? Will we see Milner again? Will we see?
Fabinho should
I
start.
mean, Fabinho. I think will start. Yeah,
Yeah, this time he
I
should
think that's
start.
the guaranteed selection. Watch him not start then.
Yeah.
But
Henderson, either Henderson or Thiago, not both though.
I don't think both will start either. I think Henderson will start.
And then get the armband.
Yeah, I think Henderson will start, and then we'll have Kieto. I think.
Mm. That sounds, yeah, I'd agree.
I don't think Oxford was good enough
You
against
know,
Norwich
with
for him to
Milner,
warrant this. I think Kieto was better than
no
Ox.
Milner.
No, I don't think Milner will start. I mean,
He could
between
be a
our
sub for
options,
Keita or
yeah, he'll maybe come on as a sub, but like I mean, comparing with what we have, what options we have, I think we would say if Fabinho and Henderson are coming back into the team, I think we would say Keita will be ahead of Milner, right? So the
It
only
feels good
spot
to
is
have so many players now. We were decimated
yeah.
by
For now we do. For now
yeah.
we do, and then the injuries may come. Hopefully not, but yeah, it's right now we're in a good situation there in midfield. Milner, I mean, clearly Milner is already he's already like 35, right? Or 30.
35, 36, but he's in
Yeah,
like
but
one
he's
of the
in
best shapes
really
of his life.
yeah. But again, he can be used every single game.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, I don't think in this game is really it's really necessary for him to play. But yeah, who's the front three then? Like you have Jota playing well, Firmino scoring a goal as well. He scored 2 goals in the friendly. He scored now, so he scored 3 goals in this past 2 games. So like,
Would you say
who's the
Jota,
front three?
Firmino, Salah?
Oh, so you think Mane will be off? I think it's either Jota or Firmino, to be honest. Like I think like I think that's gonna be like the decision between Jota or Firmino.
Then maybe it'd be actually yeah, Mane, Jota, Salah does seem more. Which,
Yeah,
but
I
then we
guess
could
yeah.
even
I wouldn't be
classify.
surprised if Klopp uses the same team again, like in the same front three. To be honest, it
Because Jota,
worked.
I feel like it's like every time he plays, I feel like at least one of the goals he scores.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
He always finds a goal somehow. Like he's always in the right place in the right time. Even
Mhm.
with that the goal he scored, he was in
And
the right place.
I've
He
watched
got the
so
least
many
time.
Liverpool games go like 1-0 to the other team that you need somebody to just score a goal.
Yeah, and it's the thing with Jota, like in that game in Norwich game, he had like the least touches, fewest touches with
And he
from
still
everything,
scored.
everyone,
And that shows like
and he got
something
the goal.
like I feel like a lot of times when Liverpool would get the ball, sometimes they'd be so hesitant. Like not like on attacking plays, yeah, they'd shoot, but like when they're on a more of a creative play, sometimes they'd be so hesitant to shoot it. And you just need somebody who shoots the ball. Like
Yeah, that's true.
better to take the shot and hope like get it. And like at least when you have the talent too, Jota, he's showing something. So
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the start. I think that'll be the starting lineup, but like there's gonna be a lot of questions whether like it's gonna be a lot very interesting to see the
mm,
lineup. But yeah, the game is at 7:30, so it's gonna be a nice early game to wake up to.
oh, hopefully I'll wake up before it's over.
Yeah, but yeah, what's your score prediction for this one?
I'm gonna say the same thing as what
Three
happened last
0
week, 3-0. It should be 3-0.
Yeah, hopefully we get a big resounding win against Burnley. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see who else is playing this week.
Oh, there's a
We have Man City versus Norwich. I mean, this could be a very Norwich has a really bad start to the year. They have to play Liverpool and then now they play Man City.
Man City.
This could be a very Man City need to respond after their two defeats this year to start the year. I think this could be a very big win for Man City.
I think yeah, it should be like a four. It could be a 4-0 win, 5-1.
What's their head to head? What's their okay? So the last game they played was in COVID circumstances. It ended 5-0. And now the fans are gonna be back in the stadium and like full capacity. I'm gonna say 5-0 again.
Yeah, yeah.
This is good. This could be very this could
Is
go
this in
very
City?
badly
Yeah, this is
for the Canaries. Let's see.
Arsenal Chelsea.
That's the game. That's the big game of the week. So Lukaku is going to start. I think, like they said, Lukaku. I think Tuchel said that Lukaku is ready for
Ooh,
Arsenal.
or for Chelsea.
So yeah, I mean for the Arsenal game, I meant.
Oh yeah.
But like, so what do you think will happen here? Do you think Arsenal can stun Chelsea, or do you think Arsenal will be
I think
Arsenal?
Arsenal will stun by scoring a goal, and it'll be three. It'll be 3-1 Chelsea.
Well, you say that, but remember last year we were joking that Arsenal were about to get relegated, and Arsenal beat Chelsea out of nowhere. What was it? 3-1 it was last year.
It was
You think
they couldn't. They didn't show anything against Bedford last week, and this is Chelsea's like uh, on the same class as us and Man City right now.
yeah, I do. I mean, Chelsea do not have the best record at the Emirates. But I still think that
They should get
I
the
think
job done.
Chelsea will win like 3-1. I agree with your
Mhm.
prediction, especially Lukaku coming back. I think I definitely see Chelsea winning. Hopefully Arsenal do something though. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah, that's why I said that that extra goal.
Yeah. Hopefully they can give Chelsea a game and get a point.
Maybe.
But as we say that, I mean, like with all four teams winning, that would be very interesting to see. So we have to. I'm not sure if all four teams will be winning their games. So like one of them may slip up, and Chelsea may. If anyone would slip up this week,
It's
it's to be this
yeah,
game.
Chelsea because
Yeah,
it's Arsenal Chelsea and that's just like a natural.
it's like a London derby. Like
Yeah.
form goes out of the window in these type of games.
Mm.
So I don't know.
There could
I
be
think
it
Chelsea
could be
will win.
0-0 and then Arsenal could score some last minute crazy
Yeah,
stuff because it's the London derby. You never know what happens. Like think about what happened when we play Everton. Every time we play Everton in the Merseyside derby, it's always like
yeah.
something crazy always happens.
No, I'm just saying. Remember what happened last week? We were like, oh,
Yeah.
Tottenham. We were like, we consider Tottenham at the very end of the thing when I was talking about Tottenham's last two fixtures at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Actually, no, past 3 games in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think they won. I think this is their fourth time in a row where they won in that same stadium against Man City. So with that record, you were like, Tottenham may win 2-0 if anything. It was like kind of like a slimmer of hope for Tottenham. Like we thought Man City would win convincingly, right?
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like 2-0, 8-3, 3-1, something like that.
Yeah. So, but then we kind of considered Tottenham at the very end when I told you about their record at their
And
stadium against Man City.
I think I was talking about how sad though I did feel confidence in his managerial ability
Yeah,
because he is a proven manager.
yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, this game is gonna be. I think this game could be very interesting. Arsenal Chelsea. Like you never know what could happen here. But I do think Chelsea will win. But I have a feeling that maybe Arsenal could give a shock at the same time. Like
Yeah, there's
I think you never know. So hopefully something happens in this game. But I mean, with Lukaku coming in, it's not gonna make it easier for Arsenal, to be honest. Uh, then we also have Southampton Man United. I think this will be a bloodfest, as I said earlier. I
I'd
mean,
say yeah. I
last
wouldn't say
time,
as much as the Leeds game, but I'd say like 4-1 it should be.
yeah, remember last time Southampton Man United played each other? Do I need to remind you the score of that game?
Wasn't it in the upper? That wasn't no. I mean Southampton. Remember when they played Leicester and they lost like 9-0, and then they won another game like 9-1 or something.
They lost 9-0 to Man United.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Man United. Then they played somebody and beat them by a ridiculous scoreline too, right?
Who? Southampton?
Southampton.
I don't really know.
I remember Southampton play or like another. I don't know if they lost again or it was one of the teams also. I think they beat like 10-0 or something. I remember 9, 8,
Oh well,
or
yeah,
8-0.
I don't know about that, but I know
Maybe it was Leicester.
No, they also lost. Remember, they lost 9-0 to Leicester as
Oh,
well.
that was it. Yeah, no, that was the wrong way.
Yeah, they did that twice. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, Man United should probably win like 4-1, as you said. Like I
that's
think
crazy. How do you? But 4-1 is more respectable than 9-0 at least.
yeah, true. But it's at the St. Mary's, so like
Mm.
that's not gonna be that's not gonna
It's not a gimme ever.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Man United, like, what do you think what do you think about Pogba? He got 4 assists. Like, do you think he'll continue that form for the rest of the year?
Not for the rest of the year because Pogba's obviously going to want to do some things himself too. But like he'll still be a dangerous player, and he should like he could play as he should have been playing for the last 4 years. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Pogba's always been better on the international for France than Man United, and he needs to still prove himself on the club side.
Yeah, but I feel like Pogba always starts the season well, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
So you
he
think
does start
you
the
think
season
he
well.
can taper? You think he can taper off?
He could take who off?
Taper off. You think he could taper off?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, he always starts the season off well, doesn't he? Like, I may be mistaken,
I
but
can't remember.
he always has like that one game that people like say, oh, people
Oh,
start hyping
Pogba's back.
Pogba. Yeah, Pogba's back, and then he's never back.
I feel like that happens with every Manchester United player.
That's okay. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should stop singling out Pogba, but like United always look like they're back, and then they like United
Bottle
will fight
something.
for the title race. That's why I said the United
They're
will be.
not gonna win anything with Ole at the wheel.
That's why I said. That's why I said United will be the team that underperforms the most this year because everyone expects with Varane and everyone expects them to do well. So I think they'll go like this and then go like this.
Well, I not even they go take a sharp nosedive. They could be like competing maybe into December, and then I think as like if us and City were to make one or us and Chelsea, then they'd slowly start to they'd get like draws or a few like shock losses, and they'd slowly start to fall out of league contention, but they'd be able to like compete for the fourth or third spot.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fair. That's fair, sure. Yeah, I do think there'll be one of the two teams that in the four that will fall off.
Mm.
I definitely do think so. But yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting week. With
Yeah, coming
I
up.
think that's real. I mean, we could go through the other games that there are this week. We have. Let me see. We have Wolves versus Tottenham. So like Nuno's coming back to his former team. What do we think will happen there?
I think he's gonna get a pretty good like reception, and I think he should win probably 1-0. But I could also see a draw, but 1-0, like two
I see
nothing.
it. I see a 1-1 for this game.
Yeah.
I think Spurs will be disappointing.
You don't think they're gonna play like last week?
No, I think 1-1. To be honest,
Yeah, I'm saying it's gonna be a 1-0, but it's not gonna be a comfortable win, or it'd be a draw.
it's gonna be a tight game. I think.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be comfortable. That's
This game is pretty interesting. Leeds Everton.
I mentioned this game earlier. Everton should win, but again, I said Leeds. Remember, they lost 5-1 to Manchester United.
Yeah,
Now
I
they're
think
gonna.
Leeds
Now
will.
they're gonna.
Actually, I think. I mean, it's Rafa Benitez team, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. Like, I would say like 1-0. Mm,
You can't say 1-0 with Leeds.
mm, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-0 or something like that. I mean, I don't know.
It could either be like a 2-0 Everton win or like a 3-1 Wolves,
I'm
3-1 Leeds win.
gonna say 1-0 Everton.
Okay, that's pretty safe. I'd take 2-0 Everton.
I don't know. That's a tough game. That's the toughest game I think to decide this week because you never know what will happen.
That game could go either way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then West Ham versus Leicester. That's a really good game as well.
That's also a tough game, but I think Leicester is also gonna put like a 1-0 win with a 40 goal.
I think West Ham will win 2-1.
Really?
Yeah. West Ham they played really well against Newcastle. Like Antonio's on form.
That's true. What they won 4-2?
What?
They were 4-2, right? Yeah, 4-2.
Yeah, they won
Yeah, that's
4-2. I mean,
Or it could
even
be like a
without
1-1. It
Lingard,
could be like a 1-1 or 2-2 draw.
for sure it could be. What was their past meeting? It was 3-2 West Ham, so I expect something very similar to that. Like it's gonna be a very good game.
Yeah, I predict a 2-2 draw. That'd be good.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's gonna be a very good game. Yeah, I think that's basically it this week, and nothing else is going. Nothing else is really going on. To be honest, like no like transfer. Is there any like transfers that are really like happening? And
Harry Kane is still like who knows.
the same thing again, right? Like I think Man City made a bid of 150 million. Nothing really like
It'd be funny if nothing happens and Harry Kane's back in the Tottenham uniform.
Yeah, I think the Champions League draw is going to happen. When is that happening? Because I think we're in the playoff rounds for the
they're in the playoffs.
qualifier. So like, where are we in the Champions League draw?
We were third place. So
let me search it up quickly before we end this. Group state. No, let's see schedule. The draw is on August 26th. So that is what day is it today? The 19th. Next
week. A
week.
week from now.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe we'll do a show. We'll do another episode on next week, right after the draw, and we could discuss the draw as well. So yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully, we get a win against Burnley. And this is not a very long episode. probably I think it's less than an hour, right?
It's about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour, a little less, but like we usually go. Sometimes we go like a lot longer,
An
but
hour and
there
a
isn't really much to talk
45
about.
too.
I think
But I thought it was just 1 week. It was the first week. There's nothing in Europe going on really.
there's nothing. No, there's no like discussions for the title race. Like everyone won their games to Man City, basically.
Yeah.
So it was a good week. Hopefully, I'm just excited to see the fans coming back to the stadium
Yeah, no.
for
Anfield's gonna be
Anfield.
rocking. You'll never walk
That,
alone. It's gonna be insane.
yeah, like I'll definitely tune in, like tune in before the game, not even just before the game. Like the stuff happening before the game should be very interesting to like hear.
Yeah. It's gonna
So I
be
may have to
stressful.
wake up even earlier than 7:30.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that'll be a very fun one. But hopefully, we do get the win in that. Yeah, that's episode 22. I mean, do you have anything else to really say?
Not much. I feel like that was there wasn't much really going on this week. What happened was kind of predictable, obviously, besides Man City and Arsenal. But I mean, it's as good as the first week could have went for Liverpool, which is perfect.
Yeah, and there were a lot of goals. And
Mm.
I think you told me this before we started. No, there were no draws this
Yeah,
week.
there were no draws this week.
We
10 teams
have
won, 10 teams lost.
yeah, and
So right now the table is based on goal difference.
true. That's actually interesting. That's actually really interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, so hopefully this week we'll see more of the same. And once maybe like someone in that top four does drop points again.
Mhm. I hope
Yeah.
it's just not us, but it
Yeah.
shouldn't be. We should be
Well,
comfortable.
not yeah, obviously. So yeah, we'll see you all next week, and
Yeah,
hopefully we get the win.
let's go Liverpool. See you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Bye.